tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Hello there, I'm Dylan, aka Wise Sith, and today we are going to take a look at my Theory Saber and do a full-on review video of it because I was curious to see what it was. But yeah, without further ado, let's take a look at it. So, without off the gate, we got the box upside down. We got the box. It comes in this like premium cardboard box, which is cool about Theory Sabers. And most of them come in this like generic one right here, but like if it comes when it's like the specialty ones, like I think the Emperor 2, the Roger Christian Saber, and I think it was the Dual King. They come in a more like different box. It's got like a different design and such on it. But yeah, the contents in the box, you just open it up just like that. This is what it looks like inside. They even go to detail inside. So fulfill your destiny. You can barely see the year. Yeah, there it is. You can see it. Fulfill your destiny, and it's got Theory Sabers logo on both sides. But there's that. There's the inside of the box. If you want to take a look at the outside a little bit more, it does have some Arabish writing on there. I might put a translator on there and see up on the screen what it might say. It could be both the same. I don't think it is, but I'll probably put it up on the screen right about now. And here's the side. Of course, you got some more writing. I don't know if you can make that out. Collector's box, that's what it says right there, and you can kind of make out this Arabish right here. The reason why my lights are dim is so I can do this review video. But that's what the top of the box looks like. Bottom's just generic. It does have like a pattern on both sides all the way around, and in the bottom you got Theory Sabers logo. I think that's right side up. Theory Sabers logo. Some more Arabish. I think that's what that says is civilized age. I think that's what that says. This part. Another civilized age. But yeah, here's the inside. Of course, you got your it's upside down. Hang on. You got your display stand box. So your display stand will come in this. You got your toolkit box, and this will include like your retention screws and your little Allen keys. It also includes the metal plaque that goes on your display stand, which I did get Theory to sign that. It does come with the saber itself in here in this little microfiber cloth, which is, you could just shrink it up and, you know, there you go. You store your saber in there. But you can also use this if you have one of those like lightsabers. Let's say, I don't have it on me for example, but like if you have one of those lightsabers that's very glossy, like it's very metallic and it leaves a lot of fingerprints on it, you can take this and you can just wipe off the fingerprint, so that way if you display it, it's fingerprint free. So that's pretty cool that he includes this in here. But your saber comes in this. It's wrapped up in bubble wrap. And you just take it out of your unwrapped bubble wrap and you got your saber. It's really nice, you know, premium material. But yeah, that's the pouch it comes in. So it comes in on that side. Your blade is underneath this black piece of cardboard. So you just have to lift that up and you find your blade underneath there. But that's just about it for the box. We'll take a look at the display stand next. We'll look at the display stand. So your display stand comes in 3 pieces, or 4 pieces technically. It has the stands, it's got the base, and it's got the plaque. As you can see, I got Theory to sign it. It does come with like a protective film like the display stand itself comes with like a protective like paper film. You have to peel it off, and these come with like a plastic saran wrap type film. But you just, all you do is just place them in that, place them in that, place this in there. It's adhesive, so it can stick on there forever, and you're good to go on your display stand. And then the blade, so I think it comes default with a 36-inch blade, I believe. I know online you can select it to be 36 or 32 inch, I believe. But like if you go to like Theory Sabers booth, I think it comes default with a 36-inch blade. Correct me if I'm wrong, but of course I got the pixel bladed blade. That's why that's on there. This help protect it. I'll set that to the side real quick. And then for the Saber itself, I did get the gradient red and black hilt design. As you can see, it's got the red gradiating into the black, and it does come with a blade cover. So, or not blade cover, what do they call it? Blade plug. It comes with a blade plug. So that's a good thing about them, that we don't have to keep buying a blade plug, you know, off separate pricing, you know. So it's pretty cool that it just comes all in one bundle, and you don't have to buy all the accessories separately like most Saber companies have you do. I mean, granted, you can always get like another blade plug that's got like the little greebly sticking out if you want to have a more accurate blade plug, but these are your default ones. It's got Theory Sabers logo on there. But yeah, without further ado, let's turn this on.
Power on.
So you just hold it down for like 1 second and it turns on basically. And that turns on the entire Saber. And you can see the button lights up. Let's say you press it 1 time. There you go. I believe I have this on the Obi-Wan or Ben Kenobi hilt or sound font right now. It does have that smooth swing. Yep. And then it does have all the other features like flash on or the blaster deflect. When you press this, you have to tap on this. Okay. So I think the flash on or the whatever the impact one where you do this and then lock on. That's what it is. Lock on clash. Just like that. You know, simple stuff. And then you just hold down this for 4 seconds and it powers off. Or you could do the twist thing. Mine, yeah, you can see I just did that and it turned on. Sometimes mine takes a little bit to like twist it a certain way because like it does. See, right now it's sensitive, but like sometimes when I have the blade in, it's a little more difficult to twist to turn on and off, especially off. We can go ahead to power it off completely. You just hold down for I think 8 seconds.
Power off.
And it powers off. And it's cool that he uses his voice in there. So let's go ahead and put a blade in here. So for this hilt, you got 2 blade retention screws right here. You got one on this side, and you got one on this side. So you gotta loosen both of them up. So you can stick the blade in here. So about right there. And right up there, I believe. And then when you stick the blade in, oh yeah, blade plug's in there. So this is the blade plug. Just in case you were wondering. Go ahead and stick the blade in there, and when you stick the blade in there, make sure you press down, have a surface for it to like lean on, and you just press firmly down, and then you just tighten up the screws. That way when you press firmly down, it gets a better connection. So be sure to do that, because if you just like set it in there and start tightening up without putting any pressure down, it's not going to work properly. Instead, it's not going to get a full-on connection. But yeah.
Power on.
Okay, so we'll see when we turn this light off right here, and I'll let you see the ignition. So it's going to be a little bit dark. And 3, 2, 1. And as you can see, I did get the pixel blades, so it does that little effect. And then when you try to power it off, give it a second, it does that little effect. So let's watch that again. And power off. There you go. Really like this blade. Or I really like this saber. For the price too, is perfect. Altogether I spent like at least $170 on this together. That was including tax. Because it's 160. Let me look at the box, because the box will say the price on it. I spent $164 on it. Well, that's how much the saber cost itself, plus $10 tax. So altogether it was like 174 something. But yeah, this is by far my best budget lightsaber I've owned. Because my Bale and Skull, even though it cost me $200 something, probably because it's like the movie accurate hilt, I don't have a pixel blade in it. It's most likely just baselit, as you can see this LED right there. But it does not have a smooth swing as I thought it would. This, however, you can has a so much better smooth swing than that Bale and Skull saber. I might do a video where I do a comparison on both, but this by far beats that. And then here's the flash on clash. And as you can see, it does like flicker in like random spots. So that's part of the programming it has. As you see, there was one there, one there. There was one at the tip. There was this one. You know. Same with the blaster deflect. Tap that a few times. As you can see, it does have a thing. You gotta like hold down and tap it on the ground. So about like, let's see if I can try to do this.
Clash off.
Yeah. It does have, okay, let me do this real quick. It does have color changing effects, so you have to hold down two times, 2 seconds. So you can change the color. See? So you have that's more like a yellow. Here's more of a purple tone. White. It's like a bluish white. I think that was more for like the dark saber. Green. More of a yellow. The other one was like a greenish yellow, like Ahsoka's. It's not. Okay, this is red. Back to like a bluish color. Here's the blue. Okay, so you don't have to do anything. So I think it's 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Clash on.
Okay, that turns it back on. But yeah, I think you're supposed to try to do this real quick. Oh yeah, here it is. So that's like the dragging effect. So if you're like dragging it on the ground and you hit the You tap on the ground, and you have to hold down on this at the same time, and it will cause that. Hang on. Just like that. If you hold down on it, I keep doing that. Oh well. I think you have to hold down 1 second. Yeah. That's for the lock-on effect. And then just to get out of it, you tap it again. Sorry, I'm still new to this saber. It's still like hard to get used to after that Crimson Dawn saber because it's a completely different saber. But that's why there's a little bit of mistakes going on right now. But I'm still trying to get the hang of it. It's a little bit different, like I said. But this is by far a good saber. On top of that, I'm trying to remember what else there is. There's that. There's the. I think that's about it on the effects. I mean, they do have blade effects, so you can have it where it's pulsating or stuff like that. They do have ignition effects. I'm not going to go through all that. You probably watch that in like some other person's video, because there's a lot. Let's just say that. A lot of cycles. Let's go ahead and power this off. And then to change the sound font, you have to hold down 4 seconds again.
At last we will have revenge.
So we got Darth Maul. So there's that. You got that Naboo blaster in there. Lock on. And ignition down. Let's see what else sound there is.
Master Yoda.
You got Yoda. That classic sound font of his. It's kind of hard to do this. I hit my Jar Jar mask up there, but he's fine. It's not like he's a Sith or anything. There's that. Blaster deflect. Lock on. Okay. Power off. Next sound.
Darth Sidious.
And of course you got Darth Sidious. The other thing is to know how many times you hold this down is this flashes. Every time when you hold it down and you leave it down, it flashes. So we'll say 4 seconds. It flashes every second. So 4 seconds, it'll flash 4 times. So just so you know, that's another way. That's another way you can tell it's 4 seconds. But here's Darth Sidious. Flash on clash, I mean. Blaster deflects. That sounds like a clone blaster. Maybe. Lock on. And you got power off. There's the power off. It is kind of hot in here, so I'm kind of sweating a little bit. My AC doesn't work properly during the summer, and it is hot during the summer of Texas. I know it's not really hot right now, but it's 90 something, so it's getting there. It's one thing bad about Texas. So I know there's other states that go way more than that, but like Texas is known for its like dramatic temperature rising and falling, so it's like can't make up its mind. Let's see, next sound. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
You got Luke Skywalker. Return of the Jedi Luke. So he's got the green. Okay.
Low volume. Mute on.
Oh yeah, it's got mute, low volume, and mute.
High volume.
And high volume. That's the other thing I was going to say. down, and I'll show you the flash. That's for
You ever hear
seconds.
the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
And this one is supposed to be Darth Plagueis's lightsaber sound, which is a more menacing, darker sound. That hum too. I don't think I did that. Next sound.
I'm Cal, and this is BD1.
Cal Kestis.
Ahsoka Tano.
You got Ahsoka. So it's that classic white Ahsoka saber.
The Dark Saber.
You got the dark
It
saber.
belongs to you. Traitor!
Kylo Ren. So that's the I forgot to change it back to the normal one, but that's one of the blade effects, ignition effects. This, for example, is one of the blade effects you can have too. So yeah, it's supposed to be red and it's supposed to be flickering, but I'll change it back eventually. But like you get the picture of what his looks like, anyways. If you know what he is, who he is. But yeah, there's that. Well, say that again. So there's that. But yeah, that's his sound. Change it to the next one. Might be another mess up one.
Just a simple wanderer.
I think this is Dark Cal Kestis. Yeah. It's when he, spoilers, it's when he turns, like, to the dark side, basically. I think it's in Survivor. So, if you haven't played that game, sorry. I haven't either, but I'll watch the story, so...
Now this is pod racing.
This is another iconic one that Theory has on all his sabers because of Kyberphonics, the guy he uses for the sounds. Another blade effect, or ignition effect. It does have a blade effect on here. As you can see, it does. I don't know if you can see that. It lights up brighter on some spots randomly. I programmed it to do that. But this is the Pod Racer one. That's when you swing hard, it does that like lingering sound. And then it does, I think it does have a power off effect. I can't remember. No, it's just the same. Okay. Next sound.
Morgan Elspeth.
This is Morgan Elspeth. This is the blade of Talisman. So this is the blade that you see her wield in Ahsoka at the end of the episode. Next sound. This is just a generic, I think, lightsaber sound font, so I do have it set to green. But it's just a normal lightsaber sound, but it's a different, like, I don't think it's anybody's sound. Not that I know of. I have to look at the sound font to see if there is, if it is anything or anyone's. I think this is another like sound just like that, where it's nobody's, but like here it is. Another one. I love that hissing sound like that.
No good to me dead.
This is the Boba Fett one. So this is gonna have that badass seismic charge sound, so be prepared. Right there. But this is supposed to be the sound of the Slave One, or what they want to classify as Boba Fett Starship, or Fire Spray, which is dumb. It's the Slave One. It's always been the Slave One. I don't care what people think now. I do love that sound. The next sound effect, though, is by far my best favorite one. That's pretty cool. Alright. Now, to my favorite one. Can you already guess it? TIE Fighter. God, I love that sound. For me, I personally love, I know like a lot of people's favorite sounds out there would probably be the seismic charge. For me, I love the seismic charge sound. It's satisfying sound ever. But the most satisfying sound for me, TIE Fighter Blaster Cannon. Just that sound in general, it's so good. The TIE Fighter Scream is also a pretty good scream. It's the most noticeable, recognizable sound ever. So you just hear that. But yeah. That sounds pretty good. And that's the power off. Let's see. Next sound. I'm trying to remember what this one is. We'll see. Oh yeah. Turn that off because it is very flickery for those who have epileptic seizures. Probably put up a warning before that just in case. Next sound. Okay, this one right here is the first sound. The second sound font in the list is Ben Kenobi, which was the first one I started off with. So this is the actual first sound. This is the Annie 2 sound, also known as the Tusken Slayer. So this is supposed to be Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber in episode 2. So, you know, just your basic. But when you do the flash on clash, it's like you're killing. It's like you're killing the Tusken Raiders. Not just the men, but the women too, and the children. I hate them. I do like it has that cycler rifle sound. But yeah, that's by far my best saber I own right now. I do own a lot. I have some of the Disney ones. I even have some of the old Black Series ones. I have 2 of those. Actually, one of them's working now. The other one quit working on me, so whatever. The only last one I have that works still is my Yoda Black Series lightsaber. It doesn't have the blades fixed in there. Let's go ahead and power this off.
Power off.
But the blade is fixed. It's back when Black Series came out with those fixed blades, and before they came out with the newer ones, where you could take the blade in and out. I'm trying to remember what else I have. I also have 2 Crimson Dawn sabers. I have Balin. This is my only working one right now. I do have, it's around here. Hang on. I do have my Kenobi hilt. So I did add this, the CoverTech clamp. I did add that on there. It was black, but I sanded it. But with that right there, it makes it look like it's weathered. I think it came with this control circuit board thing, but there's no electronics inside because I wanted to add a CoverTech wheel. Because like right now, the only way I have it rigged in there, so it doesn't have a spot for a CoverTech wheel to screw in, but I do have it, like, see how it has a bolt sticking out right there, so I can't stick my soundboard in there. So it is a baselit, just like the Balin Skull. I think I spent like $180 on this. It was like a return. Did get it at Fan Expo as well, but never. It's not that great. It doesn't have that good of smooth swing. This does have smooth swing, but it's not that great. You would think it would be after spending like $230. I think I spent like $240 on this actually, but it doesn't have that good smooth swing. This, on the other hand, does have good smooth swing. It's like by far the best budget lightsaber I can think of right now. I mean, granted, there's other saber companies out there, but like with budget sabers, but like this is the best one. Like that I've owned. I even had Ultra Sabers, and those suck. I wouldn't compare those to this. I wouldn't even compare all to these ones. But like this compared to this, Crimson Dawn versus Theory Sabers, this wins. I can imagine what the like Balin Skull Theory Saber would be like compared to this. I bet you it would be far more better than this thing. This thing was like right now, like before I got this was my top saber I've owned. Without it being a pixel blade, with it being like a RGB lighting, baselit, this is my best. And I give props to Theory out there for coming up with this actual brand right here of his own sabers, and his team working with all the, you know, making the sabers, producing the sabers, coming out with the sound fonts, stuff like that, even the electronics inside. I give props to y'all. Y'all are really good at this, and I hope y'all come out with the more. I know y'all will, but I hope y'all come out with more sabers, like more movie accurate sabers, because I know y'all are working on it still. I know y'all just released the Emperor 2 and Emperor 1, which did sold out. I think the Emperor 2 is still in stock. It's more of a, I can't remember what the color is. It's more darker looking. It's not brass or anything. I think it's a darker brass or something. I can't remember. Black. I don't remember, but they did recently come out with the Yoda saber too, so I'm glad they also got that out. But yeah, I highly recommend Theory Sabers, especially if you're looking for like a low budget lightsaber but still want the pixel blade and you want that awesome smooth swing. Highly recommend this. He even offers like more hilts that are like cheaper. I think the only one he doesn't have that doesn't come with the is the cheapest one, which I think is like $99 or something like that. But it doesn't give the option to get the pixel blade or the SN-V4 soundboard. It does have like the standard soundboard, but you can still get the fonts like just like this, I think. But if you're looking for like a perfect dueling saber and you want to go on a budget, pick up the Gradient Red and Black with the Pixel Blade SN-V4 soundboard. Heck, if you wanted to get a double blade for a budget, you can get this, because you can get two of these. And this also has, you can see, I don't know if you can see that, you can kind of see like threading inside there. This basically, this piece right here, this piece of pommel, is a double pommel, as you can see. So it's got the hole in the center, but each side has a hole. So that way the sound comes out of this part. It's connected, as you can see. So that way, if you get two of these, you have a double blade. The other thing is, if you do get the, I'm sure you probably can get the Maul SE, or it's not really Maul, it's called the Shadow Hunter SE, which I think will be maybe the cheapest option for a double blade. But if you wanted one in this color, by all means, get it both. They're like $170 basically, both, with tax. It could be more, I don't know, but it's like 160, what is this? Yeah, 164 for this, and you get another one for 164 plus tax. It's pretty good budget double blade, and you don't have to spend money to get the little connector piece. It comes right with it. So, or if you lose one, you have another one, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, this is by far a good saber. I highly recommend Theory Sabers. So be sure to check them out. I'll put this link on the screen, but it's theorysabers.com, and just check them out. They're really good sabers. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you like this video. Stay tuned for more. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, and may the force be with you always. So I did forget there was a few sounds that I skipped. So we got Vader's, obviously. Of course, you got the second sister.
Balin's skull.
And you got Balin's skull. But yeah, that's all it sounds.